High Plains Technology Center, turning education and training into workplace success.
Oh, back to school, to prove to Dad that I'm not a fool.
High Plains Technology Center, education at the speed of business. School is now in session.
And here we are Wednesday morning, Taylor Burnett, High Plains Technology Center, talking about all things High Plains and more. So last week we kind of talked about student leadership, CTSOs at our school. We're kind of carrying on with that as well in a different realm, and I'll break into that on down the line a little bit, but I'll let my two guests introduce themselves. So,
good morning. I'm Katrina McDowell. I'm the business and marketing teacher at High Plains Technology Center.
And I'm Tucker West, Oklahoma Collegiate DECA State President.
All right. Well, he kind of let the cat out of the bag, so there he is. So Tucker, I love the name Tucker. By the way, you're the second Tucker I know. It's a great name, powerful name. I really enjoy it. I go by my middle name, so I'm kind of jealous. But so Tucker, you are the collegiate side of this, right? So explain the difference, because we had Corbin on last week. So explain the difference in kind of what you do with what Corbin went through.
Well, basically, there's an application that comes out in November that if you want to run for state office, you can run for high school or collegiate. To run for high school, you have to be 9th through 11th, and collegiate, you can run your senior year or you can run in college.
Okay.
And you fill out all the application, then you got to be invited to a screening, which is in December, and you have to do like a cold reading, social media, something.
Did you do an interview as well?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Then if you it's like if you get 265 points out of 300, possibly you get invited to a campaign in February.
So you actually campaign
Yes.
then, kind of like a little the other classes that do things. I don't think Corbin campaigned at all.
Okay.
High school
yeah,
side.
I'm not
so
sure.
So
we
DECA
have to
campaigns.
Yeah, you campaign for BPA and DECA. They do campaign.
So explain exactly what BPA and DECA is, because I've had people ask and I've answered, but I want your eloquent answer more, because HOSA was Corbin. Gosh, sorry, Corbin. Got the brothers confused, but go ahead and explain what DECA and BPA is.
So BPA is Business Professionals of America. So it's for my students that are taking their business career majors. And then I'm going to let Tucker explain DECA because he's got it memorized well.
Well, DECA don't have an acronym, but it's a marketing organization that prepares emerging leaders and entrepreneurs in marketing, finance, hospitality, and management.
A lot of things.
Yes.
So kind of like HOSA, you wear a lot of hats then, in essence, as well, right?
Yeah.
So when does your term? Because your term is starting. Is that right, or you're ending?
I'm right in the middle of it. My
Okay.
term ends in February. I started it in
That's
March.
what I thought. Okay, because I thought you were last year, and you're going into that. So ending it. So do you have a cape or a crown that you have to relinquish at all?
Not that I know of.
Not that you know of. I hope we get one so we can wear it around the school. That'd be kind of fun. Yeah.
King Tucker.
There you go. So when you when you campaigned, how far wide did you have to? It's statewide, folks. I know the answer, but I want him to explain a little bit. So when you campaigned, how did you exactly do that?
Well, you campaign. It's like we did in like a big old conference center. There's like a lot of 12, 13 other people. Most of them were high school. I was the only collegiate person that ran. You compete from 9 to 2, and you just sit there, talk to people, pass them out some stuff that you have for them, and so.
Okay. I remember when my daughter had to campaign for FFA, it was a lot, so I know what campaigning is a lot with things. Did you get nervous?
Not really.
Not really?
Not really.
But they do have to give their campaign speeches in front of everybody.
Yeah.
So all of the DECA members, they have to get up and give their campaign speech.
So how long did you have to prepare for that campaign speech?
I had from December to February, so a fair amount of time.
And I know you had a lot of people behind you that helped you at the school, not just Miss McDowell here, but you had a lot of people that kind of helped you as well. You want to give us some shout outs to some of those people, or am I going to put you on the spot? Forget them. And then they'll go, what'd you forget me for? And they get all mad at you. No, it's okay.
Well, Miss Dew helped me, Miss Halderman and
Miss Borden.
Miss Borden. And
Okay.
I know some other people. I just don't.
I'd assume Tammy Kellen
Yes.
with your speech probably as well. She's always kind of this. She claims to be the speech guru, but who knows, with things. But so, what with you, because you're in the program? What are your goals, and what are you kind of laser focused in on now? Because I know you also help us out in the afternoon as well.
I'm thinking about going to online college to majoring in business.
Okay.
So hopefully, maybe next year I can start doing that.
Okay.
And right now he's concentrating on accounting associate is what his career major is.
So it's accounting. All
Yes.
right. So you good with numbers?
Yeah.
That was really resounding. What I found is I was not good in algebra, but you know what? I was really great in accounting because it involved money. So that's what it helped me with that at college. I probably should have been an accountant instead of college algebra was my arch nemesis. So when you talk about what's the number one thing that because you'll probably be completing this May as well. Are you gonna?
Yes.
Yeah. So when you're completing, what is the one thing that you have kind of grasped and really found and taken a hold of, in Mrs. McDowell's class?
Well, she teaches a lot of good things, and basically, get out of your shell, basically.
Get out of your shell.
Yes.
All right. Were you in your shell more when you came out there?
Yes.
That's what I thought. I know, and it's pretty cool to see how you've grown. Even when we went to the Hall of Fame banquet, to see you talking to people and everything like that. So it's not always fun at times, is it? People sometimes are not fun. So, Katrina, talk a little bit about your class, because I know that you also offer a plethora of majors as well.
Right.
And I know that entrepreneurial spirit is a big thing that you do, and it's always that, with that. So talk a little bit about your class and what that encompasses also.
So on the marketing side, we have digital marketing, and then we have entrepreneurship. And then on the business side, we have accounting associate, banking, insurance, administrative assistant.
For us old folks, it's called what they used to call secretaries.
Yes.
It's funny. My dad still doesn't quite grasp that knowledge when I say administrative assistant.
Right.
Everybody thinks admin at that point in
Yes.
time. Yeah. So those are cool skills to have. The funny thing is the kids and their ever evolving knowledge you've had to adapt your changing probably as well, because when they come in, they probably know a lot about the computer and things as well.
Definitely.
Right?
And that's what we have to start off with is fundamentals. Most of them know it, but there are some that don't. So you have to start with the basics.
Where were you in that class, Tucker? Did you know the computer before you came in? Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
he's really
kind
good.
of a guru then.
Yeah.
So what's your go-to that you're probably best at as far as program?
Oh,
Word, Excel.
I want to say Word.
Okay.
Pretty
Yeah.
confident.
Word up. Yeah, it's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Word, that's the go-to. That Excel and that. Does anybody use Access anymore?
Oh, I hate Access.
I
No.
do too. That's why I asked. I cannot stand database stuff. So, Katrina, as we move forward with things and with the ever-evolving technology, AI, that's the big thing right now. How do you see that evolving in your class and taking hold with that?
Well, I teach my students to use AI appropriately. We use it a lot in class. It's great to come up with ideas, to, just get your mind to thinking. But then that's when they have to realize that they need to think about it, not just have the computer tell them. So, but we use AI a lot for a lot of examples and it shows them whatever prompt they put in is what comes out. And so we just, discover they can put in a really good prompt, get something really good. They can put in a really bad prompt, and you can tell. And what the words that trigger that you can tell that it's AI, like the word fostering. That's a huge word in AI. So you always know if you see the word fostering, that was AI. So
that is good to know. Yes. Okay. Because I love your aspect when it comes to AI, because a lot of people out there and a lot of teachers are afraid of it and don't embrace it. But it's technology and it's a tool that you have to going forward. And we are old enough. You're younger than I am, not much, but you're younger than I am.
just about a year.
Yeah. To know that we will get lapped if we're not you're doing a disservice to the students as well.
Well, they're going to use it anyway, so you might as well teach them how to do it responsibly. And so, just like cell phones, they're always going to have their cell phones, so you need to teach them how to use them responsibly instead of how they shouldn't use them. So
no question. No, that is cool. I always harken back to the movie Her. It's an older movie. It's made in 2013. And it's about really artificial intelligence, and it's Joaquin Phoenix, and he's got an earpiece, and he's talking to it constantly. I feel like that's where we're all going to evolve to. It's not going to be a phone.
Right.
We're all going to be sitting there talking to somebody, and it's going to be artificial intelligence. The robots scare me. The AI does not scare me. The robots scare me. I've seen that movie, been there, done that. Do not want any part of that. So what other things do you have? Because what I love about Katrina, she always brings notes.
Got a list.
And she always has a list with things. Because what her program does is there's a lot of things that are going on. And in November, I know one of them that you're going to talk about as well. So talk about some of the things that your class does as well.
So right now is DECA month. So we are celebrating DECA month every day this whole month. We've got different posts that we're doing on Facebook and Instagram. And we actually received a proclamation for the city of Woodward about DECA month. So we received that this week. And we are working on, we've got 2 community service projects coming up. Right now, the Thanksgiving food baskets for our school for High Plains, we're working on that. And then at the beginning of December, we have the OARC Christmas dinner and dance. So we're working on that.
2 things that are near and dear to my heart. Those are the greatest things when it comes to it, in my opinion. It seems like last year I had you on about this time too, because you talked about those exact things previously as well. The baskets are always needed, but the OARC Christmas dinner might be one of my favorite. That next to Special Olympics, it's just a cool event that you do.
Well, it's been going on for over 25 years. I mean, Mr. Rogers started it, and we've only had to cancel 1 year due to COVID, and other than that, it's happened every year, and they look forward to it.
That darn COVID this was a killer, that 2020. So what else is going on with things?
We're also working on our DECA campaigns, and we have a lot of that due this month, so we're working on those. We're working on state officer applications because those are due
there you go.
December
That's what I was
1st.
going to ask you about. Yep.
I have 2 people running for BPA state office and 2 people running for DECA state office, so we're pretty busy with that.
And you have always had a really good run with state officers and people at least running and attempting to run, because I love that you're pushing the students out there. Because, Tucker, without her, would you have probably maybe have gone down this path before?
No.
Yeah, because she poked and prodded and saw something in you. Doesn't that make you feel pretty special as well?
Yes.
Yeah, and look at you now, president.
I know.
I mean, come on.
And I think this is the first year I have not had to poke and prod. In fact, I've had to sort of turn people down because you can only have 2 run for DECA and 3 run for BPA, and I've had lots of people that want to run, so that's good.
So are the applications pretty strenuous and time-consuming, or just...
They're 26 pages, I think. And
so no, yes, that is very...
And they have to do letters of reference, resumes, cold readings. There's just a lot. Study for big tests for both of them, so it's a...
And AI can't do all that for you, folks.
No, they cannot.
That's the cool thing is, yes, we have to embrace it, but... I still think of the things that we still have to know and still have to do. Because I tell my girls, we went to the library, we had AI in a magazine or a newspaper or a book.
Encyclopedia.
Great point, encyclopedia. And we utilize that, and we made it our own.
Yes.
It's no different than AI with that aspect as well.
Yeah, because if you don't put the right stuff in the prompt, you're not going to get what you want. So.
And it's doing your research for you is the other thing, and it's bringing in articles and quotes that you have to reference later that you might want to investigate further, but it's very, very cool. So, Tucker, how are we on the public speaking aspect with things now? Is that where we've grown the most, you think?
I think so. I'm pretty confident.
Yeah.
At Fall Leadership, I spoke in front of like 2,000 people. So
2,000.
I think it was
Folks,
over 2,000.
So listen to that, Katrina. I would struggle at 2,000 people,
no,
right?
I couldn't do it. No, could not. I can get in front of my class, but that's about all.
I can get in front of a lot of people, but 2,000's a lot. I know I would be kicking my foot at that point in time because that's my nervous trigger with things. So that's cool. Anything else we want to kind of end with before we head back to class? Tucker's got to get there. Does he have a guaranteed tardy?
Yeah, he's not going to get a tardy.
Okay,
yes.
you might be, but he can get out of it.
Yes.
Anything else that we want to add or anything?
We're just working on market day right now to where the students are preparing their businesses. We'll be doing those the 18th and 19th of this month at the school. And they're all working on that. So we're just busy.
And I love what you do also with the marketing aspect when it comes to those food trucks and those posters. Try to get people to think outside the box and know, hey, this can be a full-time job. Maybe not in Woodward,
Right.
but there's places that you can actually do things, and that's where the avenue needs to go, and showing those opportunities. So kudos to you. So
Well, thank you.
all right. Well, everybody have a great Wednesday. We will see you next week, and we stayed off politics for once. All right. See you then.